Hello citizens of Gotham, it's the Dark Knight. Today we have a Rendezook tutorial. I'm going to get right into it. It was requested by Delta6227. So the first thing you need to do for a Rendezook is obviously the rocket launcher. Go with what you're most comfortable with. If you're just starting out, I use the small because it doesn't have a lot of drop to the rocket and it travels a lot faster than the RPG. Now obviously besides having a rocket, you want to get into a jet. So the first thing you need to do whenever you get into a jet, you need to slow down. I have veteran controls on, so I'm using the left trigger, but I believe it's the right analog stick back is how the new controls have it. I'm going to slow down all the way. If you don't slow down all the way, you're going to be popped out like I do here, and that may hurt you. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it can kill you, so you need to make sure you don't fully eject like that. You want to come to a complete stop. And as you lift off, you want to see if there's any helicopters just sitting pretty high up in the air. You don't want to move it up and down side to side because that's going to be really unpredictable to hit. As you get more experienced, you can go after those, but starting out, I wouldn't advise it. Once you've found your target, you want to turn completely towards them, and this is of course just starting out. Get directly beneath him, be completely flat just like that, shoot your target, and then guide yourself back in. That was the most important part right there, where I guided myself back in. Obviously you want to do that, but it's when. If you touch your left analog stick, which controls your player's movement, if you touch that while you're behind the jet, you will not get back in. I can't tell you how many times I've ejected, shot my target, and then I was not able to get back in because I touched the left analog stick before I passed it. So here you see again, completely flat. And then you want to eject, shoot your target, and then you start guiding yourself back in. It'll be really frustrating whenever you hit a shot and you'll do this right here. You'll start touching the analog stick to try and push yourself the other way, and it'll just stop you right in midair. If you try to guide yourself back in too late, all you have to do is pull your parachute, just get parallel with the jet, and then press the A or X button for Xbox and PlayStation, and you always want to hold the enter button, so no matter what, whenever you're trying to do a Rendezook and trying to get back into the jet, hold the enter button, so that would be the X on Xbox, and on PlayStation that would be square. And remember how I said be completely flat? This is an example. I was totally wompy-jawed, and I got shot way off to the left, and you're never going to get back into your jet if you're off like that. Another way that you can get shot out in the direction that you don't want to is when you're horizontally off. So if you see a little circle on your HUD, I pulled it way to the right, and whenever I shoot out way to the right. Just think of that little circle as what direction you're gonna eject to. And there are actually two ways to start off for Rendezook. The first one was getting out of the jet and then getting back in. Second one is going straight up with your afterburners, getting pretty high, going down 45-degree angles with your afterburners off, and guiding yourself back in. Now, don't guide yourself back in like you would for, if you just ejected from a Rendezook. Just slowly guide yourself back in, because if you forcefully do it, it's gonna roadkill you. But after you do this, just straight go up with afterburners on, turn them off, 45 degrees. Next time you hop out, you're going to hop out just like you would normally if you were trying to do a Rendezook. But just starting off, I would suggest just landing and getting back out and getting back in. Go into the test range and try and do this, but I haven't even mastered it. It's pretty hard to do. Remember, this is a pretty complicated stunt, so if you can't get this, don't be frustrated. It took me a while to get this down, so just remember, stay calm, it will happen, and when it does, it's awesome. Thank you so much, citizens of Gotham, for watching this Dark Knight Gaming Rendezook tutorial. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for justice, and please, if you haven't already, check out my Dark Victory montage. This is the Dark Knight signing off.